LLM chatbots, baked, still baking, or just so?
I think it's baked. I think a lot of people are using them successfully. I think a lot of people are seeing the operational benefits of LLM chatbots. I very much think there's a split in the industry, depending on what company you work for. If it's maybe a little bit baking still for you, or you're trying to figure out how to use it, or you're trying to figure out the use case that fits you. Nobody really cares about how AI works when it works. And when it doesn't work, they care a lot. And to me, it's a risk tolerance. How willing are you to let that go down the not happy path? How much inaccuracy, how many incorrect answers are you willing to live with? And what's your process to get out of that happy path? I think it's really a risk-based decision for a company to make.
Summarization tools, baked, still baking, or just out?
I think it's baked. I think it's fully baked. General summarization has been around for a while. It's pretty good. If you're asking for general summarization of a call and you have a little flexibility on how specific it is for you, that's baked, and that's been baked for a while. In terms of getting notes to be personal, that's baked as well. More recently baked, but I would say that's fully baked.
Is the product baked as well?
I would say yes, they're baked from a company perspective, or a managerial perspective, or a supervisor perspective. General notes tend to be pretty well developed. When you get down to an individual user taking notes, and you see a general summarization and they want to tweak it, and they want to capture specific details, they want to put it in their own voice, that technology is baked as well. Everybody has this opinion of the amount of data they want to capture, the type of data they want to capture. I think that's really interesting context around how you're using the notes.
QA automation, baked, baking, or just out?
If you asked me a year ago, I think I'll maybe surprise you, Mark, with my answer. I maybe would have said baked a year ago. Hindsight, I should not have said baked. I really believe it's baked today. With generative AI and the flexibility we have, we're able to push right up against 100% accuracy. If you asked me a year ago, my answer would have been about the efficiencies in suggesting scores and increasing the operational efficiency of these teams. We really are approaching human levels of intelligence. And I can tell you QA automation is better at QAing a call than I am. I'm changing the finish line. I did not believe technology was capable of making these strides that fast. I'm really happy that Balto has been able to adopt that technology. The technology is able to so accurately QA a call.
Agent assist, baked, still baking, or just out?
I'll say it's baked because I've seen the success of the technologies. There are really two sides to that question, which is generating the content that provides the guidance. And I think if you look at guidance 5 years ago, 3 years ago, 2 years ago, maybe even 1 year ago, a lot of the content that's generated is either sitting in a knowledge base or known. And the conversations over the last couple of years have been, how can we create the best content to guide agents in the most contextual conversations? What I think is really interesting that's being enabled by these LLMs and these larger models is being able to automatically aggregate the correct answers. Content generation is still baking as a technology. Knowledge bases have become increasingly more important to keep updated with live information. When you roll out a new product or a new campaign, you don't have the answers and you don't have the content far before you're going to make these launches and releases.